Check out what Ross Cohart says, right?
This lobe has actually said, and I quote, by far the most likely outcome will be that this is a completely natural interstellar object, probably a comet. I just don't think, from talking to many astronomers, it's a good idea to go diverting existing spacecraft from, for example, Juno in orbit around Jupiter, or suggesting that these are necessarily alien probes with hostile intent. It's inflammatory, and frankly, there's not a lot of evidence for it on current evidence and data.
Now we're going to do a reverse speech to see what was the hidden message, and this is what I gathered, me doing it manually, okay? Pretty wild, right? Now, on top of what I have gathered and was hearing and listening to, which is unique, Mars government, these individuals that are named, Grush is clearly stated in this footage, right? I went down a very weird little hole here with auto cap, because not only it didn't capture the words, but it caught a whole bunch of other words. And let's break it down, and you guys can see the basically the amount of information that CapCut was doing, going reverse speech, and not even that, just all the other verbal communications that it would seem like self-talk, or he was talking to someone else in the midst of him talking this conversation, which is really unique. I've never seen this anywhere else, right? So let's go into it. I soon realized that this is going to be a lot of information. So what I'm just going to do is touch on a few of this, but I'm going to scroll so you guys are able to pause and look at this. This first portion right here was me manually translating it. And then we go into auto caption, right? Now, auto caption, it has quite an information here that this was, so you guys know this portion right here was basically the speed, okay? 1-in-1 speed, and then we went down. It seems like it says here, Alex Ball or Spice Ball, Alex is not your friend. He will fuck you. Suck the air out. Like, it almost sounds like he's being threatened here. He states here by himself saying, "I'm the daredevil. I am daredevil to fuck." So almost like he's stating that he is the one. He's the one. Okay, he's the one that would be the one that would basically open this up, right? Yes, that's a shame. Like, in this segment almost seemed like he's having a conversation with someone else, going back and forward, which is very unique, right? Now, as we go down through the dialogue here, right, we capture a few things of like almost I am born from Earth, and then it's like someone is arguing with him, right? He suddenly, this statement right here is really unique. I want you guys to capture that. Urge to write a letter to. This didn't have to be translated at all. The little lowercase, this thing is didn't have to translate it. The little stars next to it, I had to translate it from a different language. Okay, this one is urged to write a letter to editor of the New York Times, and it almost has a statement here saying, "Oh," right, and then it's like someone's cussing him out right here, right, and then his response, right, it almost seems like two people in his dialogue in his head is talking, right. And it just continues on. Some of them, this seemed like laughter. You guys can read this verbatim. I'm figure I just give you a generalization so you guys would know what's happening. So throughout this caption, this is the speed so you guys understand. Throughout the caption of this dialogue and this information that's being captured, right? It seems like it's two individuals talking back and forward, right? I am the snitch of the week. Fast, 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 fast. It's hard of those air. So, like he's stating, I'm the dude that would give this to the people, right? He's having like an internal dialogue. I have a vision. I will reveal. This might say all over the world or all over. See what I'm saying? So there's not perfect, but we can definitely get context on this. Okay. Now, all right. So I broke this down with ChatGPT to make it real clear for everyone, and hopefully this would be basically a full thing. An agent like Grush, along with Serge Smirnoff and Alejandro from Air Force, is part of a hidden division. They deal with Earth and aliens, and even a Mars government. If this gets out, they'll get us again. There's no getting out of it. So they tell people not to say anything. This network works through illusions and to make us believe their visions of reality. There are notes and fics, but also talks of a little blue Martian alien. I fell for it, this world. There are warnings about certain people not being your friend, that they'll drain the air from your lungs and make your eye pop. I've searched across the universe for ARC ships and need help and commitment. We're from Earth. Listen to our call from dawn. Sometimes I think I'm writing to the New York Times, even with anger towards those who hidden the truth. There are signs. Beasts everywhere. Mention of Mars strange cancers next year. When you see your parents, you'll understand. I've had visions and wishes, want to be part of something perfect, but also give gifts that must be shared. This is the year to reveal the truth. So, I think that basically summarize about all of it, keep it refined, you see what I'm saying? Like, I think as far as what we're interpreting and what we're understanding, I hope that helps some people because there's a lot of information to grasp. Yeah. All right, guys. The reason why I did this like so fast is because we only have 10 minutes on TikTok. But my interpretation is that he was threatened. He has inherent information. He wants to give it out to the public, but at this time, he feels like he has a duty not to because of the safety of certain individuals and the safety of mankind almost. But then he regresses to stating that people need to know, family members need to know this reality, this information, right? And that's where I have a thinking I want to write to a letter, right? So it's this internal dialogue that's happening, quite a bit of information, right? Now I know I skimmed through it, I apologize. We only have 10 minutes on here. This could easily be an hour segment, just trying to interpret and break down the information. So what's already been said is that it seems like there's a base or a government on Mars that inherently has some control over the government of disclosure. That's bizarre to me. I've never heard about a government on Mars, I heard of bases on Mars. You see what I'm saying? And inherently they're holding the truth, and anybody that has subject to the evidence might be threatened with their life. And that's unique in itself. This little segment of reverse speech. We're talking about 32 seconds. 32 seconds of dialogue. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Can you imagine what else is out there? That's nuts. All right, brother. Take care. Tell me what you guys think.